is a very ordinary city in a very ordinary country in a very ordinary part of the Atlantic Ocean, but in extraordinary times. In this series of films, I will go into that city to seek out and explore extraordinary people doing extraordinary things in this extraordinary time that we now call the new normal. Waterford is Ireland's oldest city, founded by the Vikings, harnessed by the Normans, and perfected by the English. It's the southeast's jewel of the Nile, and is a surprising place to live and love. So here I am, getting my mouth stuffed in an alley during a global pandemic. Hardly the place you'd find great sports people. So I'll find them instead. During the global situation across the planet, many golf courses around the world were closed, leaving up to 82% of known golfers with no golf to play. But alleys aren't yet illegal, and either are people. Put the two together, and you've got alley golf. 4! Baz Lonergan and Erica Debonair are two of Ireland's youngest and hottest alley golf talents. Because of ongoing restrictions, I utterly refuse to shake any of my subjects' hands. However, I will offer them the brass end of my stick.
I first became aware of alley golf after the first lockdown, and I'd played normal golf for many years and would consider myself a proud traditionalist. But there were a number of aspects about it I grew to dislike.
Such as?
Well, such as the ridiculous distances between tee and hole, sometimes 500 yards or more. Have you ever tried pumping wet balls through thick rough? Grueling!
I can imagine.
On the contrary, I would very much consider alley golf a stopgap, just to keep my eye in until the real game resumes. I think of myself as a professional golfer, but very much an amateur alley golfer.
I concur. You are an amateur.
And yet I've beaten you on many occasions.
Never on camera.
We've never played on camera.
Excuses, excuses.
At this point in the interview, Baz and Erica take a moment to prepare food and liquids for the long day ahead.
I always pack a half dozen bananas because the potassium gives me the inner strength I desire.
I would always pack 5 Twixes because I like the taste of them. Steaming hot coffee.
I forgot my flask.
It's incredibly hot.
The rules of alley golf are simple but unwritten. Drivers are encouraged. Irons are tolerated. All balls are white and all holes are 1. Each player takes turns to find and nominate a hole. 2 holes must be played in each calendar hour. 18 holes are permissible on Christian holidays. All holes are par 5 unless par 3, and jokers are wild.
I nominate hole!
The opponent, hole nominee, has exactly 10 seconds to accept or reject. Many factors must be evaluated during this brief period. Terrain gradient, surface grit, access and egress, wind strength, dog poo.
Hole accepted.
The opponent curtsies, as is tradition. A confident nod completes the transaction. This entire process is known as the hole finder's gambit, and it is thrilling to watch. Using ritualistic lunges, Baz retreats 10 steps to a starting position of his choice. Erica follows attentively. If Baz were to trip or drop the putter, she'd automatically win the hole without a single shot being fired.
The lunge and follow are unique to alley golf.
And yet I took to them like a flamingo to water.
As Baz attempts his final lunge, Erica makes her move.
During the follow, we have one attempt to distract and disrupt our opponent.
Baz's lunge game is strong, and Erica beats a hasty retreat, but with lots learned. The long preamble now at an end, the game is literally afoot.
On camera.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, are they lovers, Erica and Baz? No, they are not. And how do I know? Because a great documentary filmmaker always does rigorous research. My cameras are always rolling and my microphones are always listening. Plus, I've been looking through their mobile phones. Now, if I were to tell you of another relationship, that of me and my beloved Isabel, and how we met inside one of these magic boxes, and no, that's a story for another time. I decided to interrupt the game as it was going on way too long for my liking. I say, might I have a go of the lunge? I do quite enjoy the lunge bit.
Okay, I suppose.
You?
I nominate Hole.
Hole accepted! I prepared for the lunge using positive mental imaging. Okay, final shot. You two, get your stuff please. Get into the shot. Final shot. We're doing the final shot. Unfortunately, I'd aggravated an old back injury, first encountered during a research trip to Poland. Get your stuff. Well, it's been a wonderful day here in the alleyway watching these two wonderful golfers. So please do join me next time when I will seek out extraordinary people doing extraordinary things in these extraordinary times that we call the new normal. Please remain still during this final shot.
Where's my bananas?
Please remain still.
Have you taken my bananas?
I didn't touch your disgusting bananas.
Oh, you did. You absolutely took them. They're not there.
Try to remain still during the final shot.
What's wrong with you, you ridiculous person?
My spinal column was shattered, but my professionalism remained intact. Hello, I'm documentary filmmaker and artsfluencer Steven Patrick Stubbs. And this is a cannon. It go bang bang in wars past. And this is Waterford's main public park. It's a park for the people by the people, named after the people. It's called People's Park. And over there, I see extraordinary people doing extraordinary things in this extraordinary time that we now call the new normal. Meet the Bards People, Waterford's most dynamic Shakespearean theatre troupe. For over 10 years, they've been entertaining the masses with intense and unusual interpretations of Shakespeare's most notable film adaptations. such as Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet and Ralph Fiennes' Coriolanus.
3 and release.
They are led by husband and wife life partners David and Denise Langostein.
Denise and I have been passionate about Shakespeare since we first collaborated together on the Abbey Theatre's radical reinterpretation of Macbeth.
Yeah. Zombie Macbeth, the musical, was, and still is, the only zombie-themed musical Macbeth ever to hit the Irish stage. I played the three witches.
You were magnificent.
I know. I cried every night.
So did I.
I remember.
Due to the worldwide closure of indoor theatres, David and Denise have been forced to diversify by using outdoor spaces such as this park that we are in now. Jim, Sally and Todd are the newest members of the Bards people, the previous members having been sacked for insufficient commitment.
Well, we've only known each other a few weeks, but I think we're gelling very nicely.
So far, so good. And we're all very excited about this new project.
Todd, what's in the lunch boxes?
Lunches.
Outdoor acting can be famishing.
Sally, what exactly is in your sandwich?
Oh, BLT with hummus.
Sounds delicious.
Denise and I demand total commitment.
We like to keep our actors on their toes.
Right on the tips.
Until it hurts.
No pain, no gain.
A curveball or two.
In the face.
Photos for whips!
On your feet!
Time is theatre!
In these unprecedented times, it is sometimes necessary to think outside the box.
Way outside the box.
Even outside Shakespeare's box. Scorsese, say it!
Scorsese!
Taxi driver, say it!
Taxi driver!
Goodfellas, say it!
Goodfellas!
Wolf of Wall Street, say it!
Wolf of Wall Street!
20 star jumps, now!
In normal times, what David and Denise are attempting would be deemed counter to the principles of a Shakespeare theatre troupe, insofar as Scorsese is not Shakespeare. But in this new normal, all options are on the table, and nothing is taken off the table, because the table is huge.
We were all a bit surprised as a Shakespeare troupe that we'd be doing Scorsese scenes, I think, when David and Denise, yeah.
I was a bit more surprised, I think, Todd.
More surprised.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel I was more surprised and shocked.
Yeah, but we were all really excited, weren't we? guys?
Well, of course
Yeah.
we were excited.
I mean,
of course.
working with David and
I
Denise.
was the most excited though.
I was the most shocked.
Actors have an insatiable need to discuss their feelings, and it is thrilling to watch.
Because I've seen some of their work.
Okay guys, today we're going to workshop two of Scorsese's best known monologues. Taxi Driver and Goodfellas.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Stop! What the hell kind of accent is that? Sally, get in here.
You talking to me? Are you talking to me? Well, I don't see anybody else here. Are you talking to me?
I don't believe you. Next.
God damn it, Todd. You better give us something to believe in.
And action.
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Hark thou! Who else could I be talking to?
Get the hell out of here.
What?
You tried to improvise the text and it was horrible.
How dare you, Todd?
Well, I was just...
You're done, Todd.
Leave.
do silly things when I'm hungry.
We are hungry.
Famished.
I don't care. Next scene, I shall be Ray Liotta.
To have great poets, you must have great audiences. So said Walt Whitman. But what I say is, to have great outdoor Scorsese scenes, you must have great audiences. So let's look for some in there, shall we? My researchers had alerted me to a nearby gathering of Generation Zs. Hi-ho, young sports! How about some live outdoor theatre?
Will it be free?
We pay for nothing. Can I make a TikTok?
Totally free and absolutely TikTokable. Okay, let's go. Chop, chop. I say, may I have a cigarette and a can?
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
Who the fuck else are you talking to?
I mean, let me understand this, because maybe I'm a little fucked up, maybe, but I'm funny how? You mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you? I make you laugh? I'm here to fucking amuse you? What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny? Tell me what's funny. And then you say,
Don't you just love live outdoor theatre?
We're watching pornography.
It's what we do.
Because it's free.
David?
It is a delicious BLT. Welcome to Waterford City Council's Experimental Technology Department. Built here for just 50 million euros on 10 acres of prime South Kilkenny land. Yoink! Waterford has long been associated with blue sky thinking and technological innovation, stretching way back to the 18th century when it built the world's first glass factory, a factory made entirely of glass. And that tradition continues to this very day. This building is 90% glass, 5% cement, and the remaining 5%, that's blood, sweat and tears. The City Council had caught wind of my ongoing documentary series, The New Normal, which is what you're watching now, and they invited me along to meet their extraordinary new member of staff.
Hi, Stephen. I'm Brian Gosling.
But I'm not talking about Brian Gosling.
I'm responsible for rolling out the project here.
Brian Gosling?
Yes.
That sounds a lot like Ryan Gosling, the Hollywood actor. Has anyone ever pointed that out to you before?
Many times.
And are you related to Ryan Gosling?
I don't know.
You've never investigated?
Nope.
Gosling's lack of intellectual curiosity troubled me, but we pressed on with the task at hand.
Allow me to introduce you all to Glink.
Good lord.
I'm Blink. Do not be afraid.
You can shake his hand. Glink is sterilized every morning in a 500-degree steam bath. Doesn't hurt a bit, does it, Glink?
Blink feels no pain. Well, boy.
Nice to meet you. I'd say that's quite the grip Glink has there. I think you might need to dial down the pressure a little bit.
Duly noted.
Glink still had a few kinks to iron out, having been recently recalibrated by the council IT department. Because, interestingly, Glink was originally developed for military purposes by Cork-born robotics genius, Professor Levon O'Leary.
You can imagine my surprise when council informed me that Glink was subject to a compulsory purchase order. 10 long years I toiled on Glink, perfecting every aspect of his design. I believed him to be the most exquisite killing machine ever created. But where taking it, is it? to help the people, they said. Nobody needs a military robot now, they said. People need entertaining and comforting.
So what exactly were the uses Council had in mind for Glink? I asked that question to Brian. So Brian, what exactly are the uses the Council has in mind for Glink?
Multiple uses, Stephen. Glink has been reprogrammed to meet the needs of our beleaguered community, whilst also extolling the virtues of local government. Rules, regulations, hot button issues. Mar humplach, mask compliance. Glink. This seat is for masked users only.
Affirmative. This chair is for masked users only. Please put on your mask. By order of Waterford City Council.
Okay.
Thank you. The weather is great, isn't it?
Glink is also programmed to synthesize a wide variety of interpersonal situations. For example, my partner Richard recently left me for another man, namely Alan, in accounts. Richard and I were together for several years. We planned on buying a house together. We even provisionally booked a month-long holiday to Provence. Using our council-designed app, I can scan the entire contents of my phone into Glink's AI database. And by harvesting, for example, Richard's digital footprint, Glink will be able to accurately recreate the subject's behaviors and thoughts. We believe this to be a very useful public tool to help users navigate complex domestic issues. For example, something a little bit like this. Where is my half of the holiday deposit, Richard?
Brian, the deposit was not refundable.
I'm not talking about the booking website. I'm talking about the money that I gave to you. Don't you think that I don't know that you're still going to Provence with Alan?
Different hotel.
That's a damn lie, Richard! I've seen the emails.
Brian, move on with your life.
Don't talk to me like that. Not now, not like this. Not after all we've been through together. You're tearing my heart apart, Richard!
The relationship between man and machine is very complex, but it is thrilling to watch. Earlier, I downloaded the Council app, and now I quite fancy to go. That's very impressive. I must say, I quite fancy a go of the Glink. Of course, if you wouldn't mind me stepping in here, so I just... For some months, I had been engaged in a passionate affair with my beloved Isabel. Online dating is what they call it. But we had yet to physically meet, or verbally speak.
Hello, Steven.
Isabel, is that you?
Affirmative.
Oh, Isabel. Can we meet soon? And where exactly do you live? You've been a tad vague.
Tremor Town, County Waterford. GPS location 52.1594496.
Oh, Isabel, this is fabulous news. What a time we shall have together.
Weapon detected.
Pardon me?
Enemy detected. Destroy enemy.
Isabel, what are you talking about?
Kill. 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 Kill.
As we say in Cork, the breathing will come out in the eyes of a cat. Or a robot.
As myself, Brian and the crew fled from the killer robot, one could not help but marvel at the technological advances being made during this extraordinary era. But progress is never a straight line, and there will be glitches all along the way. join me here on Morrison's Road, admiring Ireland's largest Van Morrison mural. Historians have long pondered which came first, the Morrison street name or the Morrison mural. The truth is, we'll never really know. But one thing is for sure, it is thrilling to look at. But I had not come to Morrison's Road to look at the Van Morrison mural, although I had just done that. No, I am here to meet an extraordinary woman and her extraordinary father. I am the first documentary filmmaker to be granted access to New Zealand.
That you, eh?
Yes, this is Steven Patrick Stubbs, documentary filmmaker and artsfluencer.
All right, Steve-o. You can come in, but your crew will have to go around the back. Here, put this on.
Okay.
Look when you're ready.
You heard the lady, round the back. Please. When the pandemic began, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern announced the closure of New Zealand's borders and implemented a strict zero-COVID policy, meaning the new normal there is very much like the old normal here.
And I'll hit the HD button.
That's HD.
Yeah.
I'm inside the home of Polly Banter and her father, Jeffrey. I'm inside New Zealand. I am filming this with my phone. Lord willing, I will soon rendezvous with my crew.
Light a candle for Jacinda.
Praise be to Jacinta. Oh, there's the beautiful rolling green hills. There's the All Blacks.
Okay, out we go.
Oh, let's go.
To the garden, and I've got some drinks for later. If you'd like.
Very nice. I do like drinks.
You shall not pass!
Dad, please. This is Steven Patrick Stubbs, a documentary filmmaker.
Not an orc?
No, not an orc.
Not an orc, an ogre perhaps, but not an orc.
Who goes there?
A hobbit's dead.
Ah, hobbits really are amazing creatures. Welcome.
I was relieved to see my brave crew had made it safely, and it was only now that I could survey the true beauty of this most hallowed land.
Welcome, all, to the New Zealand, a haven from the storm. We have been completely self-isolated and secluded for the past year. Right now I'm replanting the vegetable garden. All traditional Kiwi fare. There's kumara sweet potato and fern roots and sow thistle. Oh, and here you see actual kiwi fruits.
Oh, wow, I didn't know you could grow kiwi fruit in Ireland.
Oh, you can't?
But I noticed you have them in the ground there.
Yeah, well, you see, kiwi fruits have this sacred citrus powers that nourish other plants and vegetables.
Okay. Like a fertilizer.
Exactly.
Okay.
Would you like a beer?
I'd be honoured.
Drink spates, lose your mates.
Nice. Thank you.
That's what we used to say down in New Zealand. And you know, it's not true at all, you know. I had loads of mates in New Zealand. It's only when I came back that I lost them.
So you were actually in New Zealand?
I never left, Stephen. Not in here. Or in here.
Polly, I have a question for you. Has it been difficult living here all alone with your father?
Well, there's been good days. And bad.
It is the small things. Everyday deeds of ordinary folk that keep the darkness away. Simple acts of love and kindness.
I must say, Polly, your father does a very amazing impression of Gandalf. I'm really enjoying the whole Lord of the Rings motif that's happening here.
Oh, Dad? He's been dressing and talking like that for years. He's insane?
Oh, I see.
Oh, won't you stay? Well, your friends must leave, but you could stay. We have a spare room. If you need it, or there's my room. Dad sleeps outside in the summer. We could have privacy. Oh, please say you'll stay. I've seen all your documentaries. You're very talented.
Polly, I'm flattered, of course, but I'm promised to another.
Another?
My beloved Isabel. We've been virtually dating for some time now. I can show you some photographs. She's quite beautiful.
Gandalf? He is an orc!
Get thee out of Middle-earth, oh one tongue!
Excuse me!
Beast!
Ow!
Get thee gone!
How dare you!
Get thee gone!
The day had taken a most unexpected turn, but as the pain seared through my face and body, I could sense no regret. For this was documentary filmmaking in the raw, and this was the life I had chosen. Meet Johnny Crisp McGee, aka Johnny Crisp, multi-instrumentalist jazz musician. Johnny's day begins as it does every day. 50 squats and a massive toot. Much like the music itself, jazz musicians live an improvised and somewhat ponderous life. And Johnny Crisp was no different, until a moment of clarity brought clarity.
Yeah, so I was making myself a herbal tea, just like this, when, oh no, I was using a different spoon. Anyway, it just hit me, like a cymbal, like that, because I was playing drums when I had that moment of clarity.
But there is more to Johnny than meets the eye, because when you meet his eye, your eye is in turn drawn to the photos on his wall, which suggest a proud history of sea swimming.
Well, the restrictions put a temporary pause on the gigs, so my sea swimming kind of took over exponentially, and then it hit me.
Enough! Crispy Jim is an extraordinary person doing extraordinary things in this extraordinary new time that we now call the new normal. Come on, Crispy Jim! Welcome to the world famous Tramore Beach. In Gaelic it means Big Beach Beach. Some say it's 3 miles long. Some say 10. The truth is, we'll never really know. As I approached McGee, I could see he was in deep thought, so I asked what he was thinking about.
Sure it is a beautiful day for a jazz swim. The sun, the sea, the acoustics.
And what about romance?
What?
Is it a beautiful day for romance?
Yeah, sure. Hey, you.
This is
my turf. Folk swimmer.
And then he was away, the saxophone glittering on his back like a dead swan cooked in gold. The call of the sea was loud now, I could hear it too, even with perforated eardrums and cranial bleeding. She whispered to the wind, "Come to me, jazzman, bring me your sax, dive into my wetness, avoid the jellyfish." Earlier I'd asked, was it a beautiful day for romance? Because what nobody knew was that I'd arranged to meet a very special lady, my beloved Isabel!
Stephen!
It is I, Isabel.
Hi.
Oh, you look more beautiful than your Tinder photographs could ever suggest.
Thanks. Stephen, what's with the camera crew?
Well, I'm a documentary filmmaker, I made that very clear. They're always filming, it's my life. Please sit, please sit. And do I?
Sorry?
Do I look like my Tinder photographs?
Sure.
I loved her from the first emoji. Boxes of cereal. For you, my dear, on our date. I know how much you love cereal.
What?
Yes, on your Tinder it says, you love boxes of cereal.
TV serials. Box sets.
You love cereal, we shall eat cereal, and we shall drink wine.
Stephen, I don't know if I'm comfortable with this.
With the seat?
It's
We
too
shall.
early for me.
Too early? It's 10 a.m.
Stephen, what happened to your face?
Life, my dear. Life happened to my face. Speaking of life, I can see us having a life together.
Life?
We can build a mighty love, like sandcastles.
Whoa, slow down. Like,
You know, Isabel, when I first began this whole online dating adventure, I was quite dubious, but I soon grew to love the furtive emojis, the text messages, the endless conversations about the weather, the occasional nipple pic.
I did not send you a nipple pic.
It was my nipple.
What? That was your nipple? I thought that was raisin.
Why would I send you a photograph of a raisin?
We were talking about food. You actually mentioned chocolate raisins.
Well, I do quite enjoy chocolate raisins. Isabel, it is such a pleasure, finally, to meet you IRL, in real life.
You know what? This is not working for me.
Drink up, Isabel.
Yeah, okay, I've got to go. I can't. No.
No,
Sorry,
no,
I'm out.
nonsense.
No, sorry.
Nonsense,
No.
Isabel. Isabel! Isabel! Isabel!
Oh my God!
Isabel! We can work through this!
Are we making this documentary about me or what?
As Isabel disappeared into the sands and Crispy McGee played melancholic jazz, I could not help but reflect on the events of the past few weeks, and it struck me that this new normal is very much like the old normal, when people loved, laughed, sang and ran. And I was overcome with the thrilling sense that everything was going to be all right.